Credit cards in 2023 are more important than ever with their increasing rewards. Picking the right card is a great way to make money on items you would be getting anyway. With that being said, these are my picks for the best credit cards for 2023. Let's get started. The first credit card we have on the list is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. I chose this card because I think it's just a great general purpose card to have. This card also has a lot of benefits, such as getting 5x points back on travel purchased through the Chase portal, 3% of cash back on restaurants and drugstores, and 1.5% cash back on everything else. As of right now, if you sign up, you'll get $200 back after spending $500 within the first 3 months, and 5% cash back on grocery stores up to $12,000. That's $600 cash back in the grocery stores and $200 upfront for a total of $800 back. Keep in mind that all of the cash back from Chase comes in the form of an ultimate reward point, which is worth 1 point %. There's more valuable ways to use your points than to exchange them for cash, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. Like many other credit cards on this list, there's no annual fee to the Chase Freedom Unlimited, so you can keep it open for about as long as you want. Keeping the card open just helps you build a better credit score, and the lack of an annual fee makes it good for just about anyone. The second card on this list is a bit of an unusual choice in comparison to the rest. This card is the Amazon Prime Rewards card, and unlike the rest, it's not made by a major bank. If you guys use Amazon as much as I do, I think this card is a must-have credit card. And given that about 82% of American households have Amazon Prime, chances are that you probably also have an Amazon Prime subscription. The Amazon Prime Rewards credit card gives you 2% cash back on restaurants and gas stations. And since gas costs can accumulate, the extra 2% is a nice touch that'll also slowly build up over time. This card has a 1% cash back on all other purchases, however, that's not the main incentive of getting it. If you have a Prime subscription, you'll get superb value from this credit card, as you can get 5% cash back from both Amazon and Whole Foods, and even if you don't have a Prime subscription, you'll still get 3% cash back from these stores. Aside from the simple cashback benefits, there's a lot of other stuff you can get, such as purchase protection, protection for lost suitcases while traveling, and many other Visa signature perks. I think this is crazy because you get all of this for a package of $0, which is an insane deal. The cherry on top is that if you sign up right now, you'll get $100 upon approval. As online shops continue to rise, I see no significant downside in having this credit card, and for everyone who does care, it is made out of metal. The third credit card we have on this list is the Chase Freedom Flex. This card is part of the three that I would call the Chase trifecta, which is the Chase Freedom Unlimited, the Chase Freedom Flex, and the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And the reason the trifecta is important comes back to the usage of ultimate reward points to get more money back than just to cash them out for money. Having multiple Chase credit cards is useful as the ultimate reward points get pooled together from all three cards if you have the trifecta or just any Chase cards you have. You can transfer these points out to many airlines and hotels for about 2.6 cents per point, which is almost 3 times as much as using the points as regular money, which is about 1 cent per point. This makes having many Chase cards make a lot of sense as these points will slowly accumulate and you can start to save a large amount of money really quickly. Back to the Chase Freedom Flex, the main advantage of this card is its 5% cashback on its rotating cycles. And while not all the cycles are out this year, these are some of the cycles for last year. From January to March, the cashback would be applied to grocery stores and eBay, and from April to June, it would be applied to Amazon and select streaming services. July to September had a large range of items, including gas stations, car rentals, and movie theaters, and select live entertainment. And lastly, from October to December, you could use the cashback in Walmart and PayPal. Outside of the rotating cycles, they offer 3% cashback on drugstores and restaurants, which is still better than most other credit cards do. And the current sign-up bonus for this card is the same as the Freedom Unlimited, which is valued at $800. I honestly believe, like the Freedom Unlimited, the Chase Freedom Flex is a great card for almost anyone. However, I think it's an even better card if you already have another Chase credit card. I don't really see any other downsides to it as it has a $0 annual fee. The only thing people may not like is it's a MasterCard, but in 2023, a MasterCard is almost just as common as Visa, so it doesn't really make a difference. The fourth card I picked is the Capital One Savor One. This one is really focused on going out and exploring what your city has to offer, as it offers many benefits on restaurants and just entertainment services as a whole. The Savor One boasts unlimited 3% cashback on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and grocery stores. That's a lot of stuff that you're getting 3% cashback on. You can also get 8% cashback on the Capital One entertainment purchases and 5% cashback on hotel and rentals booked through the Capital One portal. As you can see, they really give you a lot of ways to make money by going out and socializing with others. As COVID restrictions are far less strict than they used to be, it won't be too difficult to quickly make back a lot of the money on your purchases. Capital One will also pay you $200 if you spend $500 within the first 3 months of opening the card. Another great benefit this card has that separates it from the rest of the cards is that you get 10% cashback on Uber and Uber Eats. You also get a complimentary membership of Uber One up until November of 2024. Speaking from experience, Uber and Uber Eats have been extremely useful, whether it's getting to the airport or ordering food on a day where I just don't have enough energy to make it myself. You get all these benefits for just $0 each year. However, Capital One recommends that you have excellent credit. And to them, excellent credit means having a credit card for more than 3 years with a credit limit of more than $5,000. There's a few other things that you have to have excellent credit. However, I think almost everyone has those. There's also a few other variations of the Capital One Savor series, but I just think this one, the Savor One, is the best for most people. The last card we have on this list is the Capital One Venture card. I'm not sure if that's what many of you guys were expecting, but I think there's good reason for this in 2023. I think of this card like the little brother to the Venture X because it has really similar benefits. So first off, this card gives you 2 miles per dollar for every purchase and 5 miles for every dollar spent on the Capital One portal. And while that small cashback is nice, the main reason for getting the card in 2023 is not the cashback, but rather the 75,000 bonus miles on sign up. At minimum, these points are worth $750. They also offer a $100 credit that can be used towards global entry or TSA PreCheck, and that's really useful if you fly a lot, as you can skip many of the long lines and you don't have to do stuff like take off your jackets and take off your shoes. Sometimes when you're traveling and feeling luxurious, you can access the lounges that Capital One has 2 times each year. This is a feature that other credit cards at the price point just can't compete with. As you can probably tell, this credit card is not free. It has an annual fee of $95, but I think for the right people, it is still well worth it. As it is a paid card, Capital One will take better care of their customers and offer things like extended warranty. This just means for items you get, your warranty will be longer than what the original manufacturer or company says it would be. While the Capital One Venture has a great sign-on bonus and many great benefits, some of which I didn't even mention here, in my opinion, the Chase Sapphire Preferred slightly beats it out. The bonus card on the list is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It's a pretty similar card to the Capital One Venture. It also has a $95 annual fee and it has many of the same benefits. And although the sign-up bonus as of right now is only at 60,000 points after spending $4,000, I've seen it at times where it's been as much as 100,000 points. With the Sapphire Preferred, you also get 25% more points when you redeem your points for travel. So basically, 1,000 points would end up being $12.5 rather than $10, and this benefit also does apply to the sign-on bonus. This card has many different forms of cashback, such as the traditional 5x back on travel through the Chase portal, but it also has things like 2x cashback on travel, but their definition of travel is pretty broad, which is really helpful to the end consumer. Anything remotely related to travel basically will be covered in the travel expense, and so you will get 2x cashback on it. Although there is no lounge access like the Capital One Venture or TSA PreCheck rebate, the cashback benefits and the combination of having other Chase cards make the Sapphire Preferred the best credit card with an annual fee of under $100 in my opinion. There are also many other cards that have a great value if you can use them effectively, such as the Amex Gold and Platinum or Chase Sapphire Reserve. However, since they're much more expensive and have much higher annual fees, it makes them harder to recommend for the average person. With that being said, those are my recommendations for the top 5, well I guess 6 best credit cards of 2023. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated.